I am actually from village and my village number is 98. I'll tell you the story after that. Irfan, you go to a place where you can earn and learn together. That time I first time went to Lahore. So I've been never outside of my village all my life.
And you want to go straight to
I
Ireland?
just wanted to go and I certainly thought, I said, look, it's a scam. There is no Ireland country in the world. When my dad has only one shop on a small stop on a town, he sold that. My dad has to sell his CD70 motorbike to pay for the fee. On the airport, when I was a student, my dad's last advice was, make sure you do good work. Since Ireland won from Pakistan, everybody knows in Pakistan where the Ireland is. So cricket made
that's another story to talk about, the cricket match between Ireland and Pakistan.
Ireland. And he said, stop. I said, look, stop, no English. I memorized the whole this small dictionary, actually. Since then, I've been speaker to many expos and speaker to many. So the whole reason to get the ACCA was for work permit, not that I was interested in. I wanted to go something easy peasy kind of thing. I was failed, I was failed badly, So since then, my biggest passion now is reading about human and their psychology and their human behavior, and that has changed my life actually. The day until we say we know everything, we know nothing. And I now have over 400 doctors and consultant clients. I got 6,000 plus clients for tax refund. Okay, and we got 750 clients to become the co-founder of Pakistan Ireland Business Council.
You also play golf, Irfan.
I do.
Do you remember we got free Siemens phone from Meteor?
Absolutely. I had that until it's broken. I did a review on a Porsche as a criticized Porsche, and that was 1.6 million views in a few days. This year I ordered a new Porsche. I'm a fan of Porsche. I have a 2-3 Porsche collection. I ordered a new Porsche with the same name 98, just to honor of my small village in my country.
Welcome to another episode of the Kam Mj Show. In this episode, our guest is Irfan Hameed. He's from Pakistan, but he's been living in Ireland since 2001. He was only 18 when he moved to Ireland for his studies. His family put everything on the stake to pay his tuition fees so that he can get to Ireland. With his limited English, he ended up doing multiple jobs, and he learned English by using a dictionary. It's a story of continuous learning. It's a story of grit and resilience. It's a story of responsibility of the family who put everything on the stake and bet on him, which paid off at the end. He joined ACCA just to get his visa extended and end up building a massive practice around tax and accounting. And his vision is now to open his own bank. He plays golf. He is the co-founder of Pakistan Irish Business Association. While doing all of these things, he has built a massive following on TikTok. During COVID days, he was sharing best practices, insights around taxation, finance, accounting. He believes in sharing knowledge and giving back to community. We are going to hear from Irfan very shortly, so stay tuned. All right, Irfan, welcome to the show.
Kamil, thank you very much actually. I am really impressed. The setting you have, the time you're giving to the people, and thinking about other people, exploring them and let them tell their story so they feel better. I'm very impressed. You're doing a great job. Your house, your studio, absolutely stunning. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you for the kind words, and I'm looking forward to hearing your story now.
I'm sure I am here for the same reason.
Great. Let's get started.
Sure.
Okay. So Irfan, where do you want to start?
Well, I am basically mainly from Pakistan. I am actually from village, and my village number is 98. I'll tell you the story after that. and I traveled from Pakistan in 2001. I was very young. I was about 18 years old. Um, I was student in Pakistan as a matric after matric exam, like leaving cert in Ireland. Um, from a middle class family. My parents were teacher. Now they are retired. Mashallah, very good health. And that time, in a middle class family, in our culture in Pakistan and India and all Asia, we just go somewhere. Being elder brother or son of the family, it was my kind of become responsibility to let's go and do something. And I remember we were playing tennis outside of a house one day, and this guy who used to work in Saudi Arabia, and he said, "Let's go to Saudi Arabia." I said, "Uncle, for what?" He said, "No, for work." I said, "Why? Why? What work?" He said, "I work in construction, and you can do tiles there." I said, "How to do tiles?" He said, "It's very easy. You just put a white plaster and you just look this side and look, it'll be done in 2 seconds." And I said, "Uncle, that's fine. Tiles can be done in 2 seconds, but I thought it's a very hot weather there." He said, "Oh no, when you're working, it's not hot. And I said, a child, a boy who's just outside from a school, you're thinking being a doctor, engineer, or something. He's just kind of life change, or his vision change in a seconds, and he now been told that you're going for a labor to Saudi Arabia as a labor worker." And I said, "Okay, wow." Then I just came outside and I spoke to my mother, and she said, "Yeah, you should go, and your uncle is there, he'll look after you and this and that." So and I said to my cousins, "Look, they are going to send me to Saudi Arabia and I want to study." And he said, "Irfan, you go to a place where you can earn and learn together." We were from Pakistan and Urdu medium schools, no English. And I said, "What does earn and learn meaning?" He said, "Well, you can go to certain countries where you can work." And say, "Okay, where to go?" And he said, "Let's go to Cyprus." And he found some information for me and all this. And I say, "Okay." I spoke to my parents and they said, "What you talking about? Who gonna pay the fee for these countries?" But somehow I got the information about Ireland. Some people from my area as a student, they came to Ireland, and my mother actually was this teacher in the same school, so she got the information, and I luckily found that, and I applied for that. That time, I first time went to Lahore, so I've been never outside of my village all my life.
And you want to go straight to
I
Ireland?
just wanted to go, and then when I was telling I'm going to Ireland to the EU for study, and nobody was believing in a small village,
Yeah.
And I went to Lahore. My parents still thought, okay, let him go. He just finished the exams and he want to go and meet his, to explore. I went there and I went to this seminar in a five-star hotel. I've been first time in that five-star hotel called PC. And they gave me offer letter, and they say, "Okay, pay the fee, and you're fine." Oh, and I told my cousin, I thought it must be a scam. It's not possible. I never. How come I be accepted? He said, "Okay," and we never have heard about Ireland. So he said, "Let's find a map." So we went to the people sitting on the street selling books and things, and we bought a small map. The problem in the small map is there's no names on a small island, but there be a few big names. And we looked for, obviously, there was Ireland, but not name mentioned. And I certainly thought, I said, "Look, it's a scam." There is no Ireland country in the world. So I said, "Okay." Then actually, eventually, we find out, no, there is a country, and all this happened and all this. And I got admission. And then I went to my parents and I said, "I want money to." First they said, "How you can get that? That's not possible. And we don't have that much money to give you." As in, that was 3,750 UK pound. The fee was for Dublin Business School. Um, my uncle used to live in Saudi Arabia, and he used to ring my mom every Friday after Friday prayer, right? I was just, okay, my uncle will call, I'll tell him, a young student. And my uncle, I was just circling around the telephone. That time there was no mobile, the
Yeah.
landline numbers, and my uncle rang and I said, Uncle, this, I got admission, I want to go to Ireland, and this is the fee, can you help? No, talk to your sister. And I just get, and then my uncle said to my mom, look, he's a bright kid and we might send him. Then my mom said, yes, well, you have to help us, or obviously when he comes to Saudi Arabia or go to Europe or Ireland, he said, don't worry, no problem, we'll do that, something. And I remember he sent me money, 180,000 Pakistani rupees, which was not enough. Then my dad has only one shop on a small stop on a town. He sold that, and it was still not enough money. And my dad was a teacher, so he had to get his GP fund, the money you can take advance from your pensions. He has to take that money out, and then we paid the fee. And then when we pay the fee, then we have to apply for visas. And I didn't have the money for visa. So my dad has to sell his CD70 motorbike to pay for the fee. Okay. I was so, because he used to go to school on a motorbike, and now he used to go to school on a private, buses. And I was just feeling so awkward these days. Why should I do that? And I should have gone to Saudi Arabia. I put everybody into trouble, this and that. But I always pray to God, if I ever go, I'll sponsor everybody, and I make sure, all you think in your mind, for to get this. And shortcut is, if I tell you, then I got the visa. Then we used to live in Pakistan, and we used to wear shalwar kameez. We have no shirt or suit or tie or anything, so we have to do the shopping, and I have no money again. So I remember my uncle, another uncle, used to live in a nearby city called Leia. So we went there. We got another 50,000 loan from him, and then I came to Lahore, and I done this all, the shopping from London Mall. Those second-hand stuff, we bought that, and I have no shame to say that. And I know when I was on the airport, when I was a student, my dad's last advice was, make sure you do good work. Not only just keep studying, but make sure you do a good job, do good work, so you can change your life or family for other people. And it was great, and then that was my story, and I was just 18 years old that time. I only came to Ireland, nobody I knew, no English. Okay, came to Ireland, and the guy I had addressed, they weren't at home, and we were in the rain outside on 29th of October in a not circular road. And I remember there was a guy passing by. He was from Bangladesh. Still remember his face, and asked him, "Can you ring this guy?" And where to go? He said, "You can go to the mosque and stay a night there, and you can find." It was just another day. That was a start. That was just a start from because the place I used to live is so backward, not in Pakistan as well. But
So we're going to talk a bit more about your roots, and we have a lot to talk about your life in Ireland after 18. You mentioned one thing at the start, you being the eldest, and there is a responsibility, there is an expectation. And this is more a cultural thing, that whoever is the eldest sibling in the family has a responsibility to kind of lead the family, go and get a good job or set up a good business, earn money and look after the family. And I think you get a lot more pressure where your parents sell the bike, sell the shop just to fund your fees. So can you talk a little bit more about that culture element?
Absolutely. It's a great culture, I won't say. I feel very proud, giving back to and thankfully I fulfilled the expectation my family had. Not only this pressure, my younger brother got admission into medical, and obviously because all the money spent on me, he couldn't go to that medical school that time. And then the another brother was also about to start a university, so his university delayed. There's a number of things whole family suffered, and which I still remember, which we try to compensate. Okay, I came, and now we have a lot of stuff, and we have no regret. And thankfully, we did that. It was a wise decision, yes.
But it's a situations like this make you strong, make you so motivated that everybody is betting on me, your family, your siblings, that I need to go and make it happen. There is no second way, or there is no third way. There is only one way. Everybody is putting a bet. I need to go and make that happen.
Absolutely. Look, human nature and human itself is very strong. They just need a kickstart, they need a motivation. They just need to wake up their subconscious mind. If you have all these things happen, you can do whatever you want to do. Sky is not the limit, the mind is the limit. That's what they say. The sky is not the limit. Your mind is the limit. If you decided to do it and you want to go and you want to explore, and you could do anything you want to do it. And absolutely, um, it was good for me because I had that pressure, I had that expectation, I had that kind of environment. So I did it. Maybe if I was there, I have no. Maybe I was living in my comfort zone, working a small government job, 30,000 a month or whatever. I was maybe still living that kind of life. I had no. Now I've been to 33 countries in the world, and I have been to travel all over. Maybe I never done that.
Yeah, yeah. So, from your roots, when you were growing up, and you only spent 18 years of your life in Pakistan, mostly I believe it was just doing your schooling and your studies. How was your family environment? I
It's
think you have
up.
three siblings, two more
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah. I have two brothers and two sisters. It's beautiful, small family, small house. At that time in the school, when you just finish school, you don't know about job. I never done any job. I didn't know any what future holds for you. Just come home and things are ready. And it was a lovely time. Obviously, the stages come where you have to make the hard decisions. And my brother and whole family has visited me in Ireland. They came here, and they visited me. They've seen my house, my offices, my jobs, and everything. And thankfully, we traveled together to various countries as well. Now, okay, that time we couldn't afford to go to Lahore, but now we can go to anywhere we want to.
Yeah. So,
At that time, even in when I was in that age, in our culture, you even don't choose what you want to wear. Your mom, you go with your mom, and she's choosing your shoes and clothes and everything. You go with your dad, and he tells you do this and that. But suddenly you come out of that, and one night, and next night you're in another country with another language nobody knows. It was a big change for me.
yeah, yeah. And you mentioned about you were trying to find Ireland on the map, and that's 2001. And I resemble very similar story where I was telling my friends that it's right next to England, because people know England, but people didn't know Ireland. Where does it exist that time? So the only way to tell them is right next to England.
A lot of people still thought at that time it's part of England. My friend Shahzad, he used to send me a letter that time. No email, no internet, no mobile or iPhone. That time, no Skype, and we used to go in the city center to make those call center calls. So he used to send me a letter, and then he used to say Ireland and then UK. And I rang him. I said, "You're not supposed to write UK, and then it's a separate country." But since Ireland won from Pakistan, everybody knows in Pakistan where the Ireland is. The
Oh,
cricket made Ireland.
that's another story to talk about, the
Yeah,
cricket match
the
between
cricket
Ireland and
made
Pakistan.
Ireland sit,
Oh
on Asian
goodness.
country on Ireland. Everybody knows Ireland.
Oh, that's another way to get popular is beat the
Absolutely.
country in cricket.
Absolutely. And
Oh,
beat Pakistan.
yeah, yeah. So what did you study in Pakistan, Irfan?
Well, that time I was just after school. I went for a diploma in civil engineering, and try to finish that. But mainly the whole journey was started when I was after school, school studies. But I did go to college for a UAE because our school is only 10 years, not 12 years. So Living cert is equivalent of that diploma, including 12 years. So I did civil engineering, started studying civil engineering in Pakistan.
Okay. So mostly lived your life with family, with your
Yeah,
brother, mom, dad.
yes, I stayed some time in a hostel because college was far from my village, but there was only certain time of the exams and stuff. But I only travel from my house to the
Yeah.
college and school. Yes.
So you talk a little bit about, you got an opportunity, you want to go to Ireland, to Europe. How did you make that decision where you were going to separate from your family, you live all your life?
I think I didn't have the choice to make any decision. I realized it's a time to go somewhere and make some money, because I looked for small jobs as well. Even I was very young, but I couldn't find any proper job. I want to study. I couldn't continue my study, and because of the obviously family and everything. And then it was just that time was any country. It's not Ireland. It could be Cyprus. If not Cyprus, it could be Saudi Arabia or Dubai. Anywhere I was one of the person to ready to leave.
Yeah. Your roots were a bit more less, I would say, in Pakistan. You learn a lot more in Ireland because 18 is still a very young age.
Yes.
So I think your roots have some elements of being in Ireland.
Yeah, because now if I look back, I do have friends there, but my most contacts are in Ireland. My friends and family, businesses, everything is in Ireland. Because if a lot of people who work in Pakistan or university, they have more connections. Unfortunately, I don't have that many connections there. I have more connection in Ireland than Pakistan.
Okay, so let's explore your routes now. So you came to Ireland in what, 2001?
Yeah, 29th October 2001. So I came to Ireland, and I have no English. Not like say yes or no. I tell you one story. I was applying for security jobs and I got a job in Tesco Arte Castle. And me and my friend used to live together, who traveled together, and we got this call for a shift, and we couldn't understand if he said today or tomorrow. So I asked my friend, I say, what did he say, today or tomorrow? He said, well, I couldn't understand either. So I say, okay, because we are so young. So we said, let's go and find out. So I put the uniform on and I went to the art in Castle Tesco. First job. And this guy saw me and say, Mr. Hameed, what you doing here? And I said, oh, sorry, I couldn't understand. Well, like I tried to explain to him, and I said, I didn't understand if you said today or tomorrow. When is my shift? He said, your shift is tomorrow. I said, okay, I'll come back. He said, no, because you are here, we'll do the job. Let's say he asked the supervisor to give him uniform. And then when he gave me uniform, I followed him and he said, hang on here. And I kept walking behind him and he said, stop. I said, look, stop, no English. so so that was, and then there was used to be two Hamid in that security company, and I was used to be called Hamid quite one, because whatever they say, I say yes, yes. And now, like, see, since then I've been speaker to many expos and speaker to Dubai Invest Pro Expo. I've been to Ukraine, I've been to Moscow. I was speaker and expo standing in the Going Global Live in the UK. Many countries, people paid me to on investment and corporate and all these company formation, business setup, those, and then that's journey from no English to being a speaker.
So
I'm still learning.
So you overcome your English speaking challenge. Let's put it that way.
Well, absolutely. I used to have this small dictionary, Urdu to English and English to Urdu type thing, and I didn't know what to do. I used to work in security in the night time, and I used to read the whole dictionary. And people used to tell me, what stage you are? I say, I'm on a K, I'm on a M, I'm on a Y. I memorized the whole this small dictionary actually.
Yeah.
Okay, whichever way, but I was that kind of crazy person.
Nice. So what did you study when you come to Ireland?
Well, my first course was marketing, advertising, and public relations, and that was in Dublin Business School. Well, I did some months in English, and then this course started. And I've been to different courses. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know what I'm gonna do in my career. I just came, out of blue, and no proper guidance. I didn't know about the courses. I never seen a mobile, I never seen an ATM machine, I never seen a bank card. So
Yeah.
it's all word was new. Then I went for international communication diploma for 1 year. Then somebody told me, okay, if I study accountancy, I can get the work permit. So the whole reason to get the ACCA was for work permit, not that I was interested in.
Yeah.
And I remember I took an exam and got my visa extended, and I didn't study because I was not meant to study. And then I got failed in some of the subjects, and this guy from a practice firm, he said, why you fail? You're very good and you're a bright person. And I said, because I never buy the books. So I haven't bought the books because I didn't have the money. But I sat for the exam to extend my visa. But I got the job. I was good on the job as a common sense thing.
Yeah.
He said, he took me to the floor and told everybody, in a small accountancy firm, say, listen to this guy's story. He didn't buy the books. I said, why you study? He said, look, we'll pay for your study. We'll pay for your education and study leave. Make sure you pass the exam. And then they paid me, and then I passed ACCA. I become chartered certified accountant, and then I got audit cert. And I got audit cert, and then its career start from security to accounting, and accounting to when I become a director of a company, international tax funding company. Then I become an audit partner for an audit firm. The journey started from there.
Nice. And when did you start your own company?
2016, I started my own company. But I was so much fed up for the compliance because I used to work in international tax planning company. Then I was as partner of audit partner, and even I started my own practice, small practice, accounting, consulting, business setup, and all. But I just didn't want to do this, and I wanted to go something easy feasy kind of thing. And I same time in 2017 I bought franchises. I bought Subway franchise. I was involved in a burger franchise. I bought a business shop and cash and carry type and news agent shop. I thought, I'll sit down. The managers will work and I have I invested around €1 million that time. Oh, I will do won't do. I'll just go and work. But I was failed. I was failed badly. And because that wasn't my way to do it, and then I
Yeah.
have to actually go back again in 2019, 18, 19, like 18 months I spent into that kind of business where I explored the whole all
Yeah.
trial and error or error or trial done. And I said, no, this is my thing. Then I restructure my firm to be an online accounting firm. I sat down with the business model, who going to be my client, which way it's going to be, because I know people don't change accountant that often. So my target was the young audience, the contractor, the IT people who are working for multinational companies, the doctors, consultants, international expats, and holding companies, asset holding company, this type of. So my total client base is very different. Even my office, if you ever come to, is no, it's all online. There's no files there. We designed by a designer. If you come to the office, people just get amazed. Wow, it's
That doesn't look like an
it's an
accounting office.
office. Where the files are? Where these all things come from? So yes,
Yeah.
we done very differently.
And Irfan, tell me about the ups and downs. Like everybody has to go through those trial and error, and you have tried different things, getting shops, getting different businesses to see is that for me, and then you come to realize I'm not an expert in this. This is not going to work for me. So you get back to what you're good at, which is accounting, taxation, and all that part. So your company InTax, is that your primary main company at this
That's
moment?
my that was just we have rebranded now. I would have a new better logo for that and everything.
Okay.
So
No, that's
this
amazing.
this is not the rebranded one. So I was sitting with my friend's house and I said, what name should we say? Tax InTax. We just Google it, no name there. So we put InTax. I said, he wrote in a Word document InTax. I said, no, it's so boring. He put the T into kind of red.
Yeah.
And then I said, people will not understand what is a tax or account. Then he put a line underneath. He said, accounts, tax, and corporate services. So this is my first logo was ever. Now we have like 7,000 plus clients in various other. I will explain that. But that was just start from sitting from somebody's house. He wrote in a Word document, made my logo. Now we spend, I think, €8,000 or €9,000 for rebranding the logo only. At that time, I couldn't afford a website or anything. So
Yeah.
we started from there. But going back to the trial and error thing, that was the best learning in my life. I lost all the savings I had. I had a house on a Sandyford Road. I still have. That was for sale because of failure. All like spent, like we have 4 or 5 outlets. We had 32 staff, and nothing was working. My practice was gone off. My franchises weren't working. I was not in a good state of mind. When you every fail, and I was just like, see, on my, I had to. I thought, okay, I might scale myself and have a small house or something. I put my house for sale, and you go in your house, is a for sale board on there. You go to the office, if that's not working, you go to franchise number one, is not working, you go to the other shop number. But I actually used to tell my brother, if somebody, if I maybe lost a 1 million or two, but if I had paid somebody €5 million to learn that thing, I
Yeah.
would have never learned that. The thing I learned from that 18 months or 2 years time during this business turmoil, that was the best foundation for me ever. Because we always thought, oh, we can do everything. We are accountant, maybe we know all, we IT people, we have energy, but that's not true. I and that also actually one thing started believing me on a coaching. That's the time when I started getting business coaching. I hired coach for myself, for personality development, to delegation, to business expansion, to do like mindset reading. And that's the time, first time I ever thought I need to read about people. Because we read about business, sales, accounts, tax, religion, weather. We never ever uh, read about people, people's mindset, people's behavior, how people act. That was the first time I ever thought, okay, I'm on a wrong track. I in the morning every day I deal with staff, I deal with people, I deal with human, but I don't read about humans. So since then, my biggest passion now is reading about human and their psychology and their human behavior, and that
Yeah.
has changed my life actually.
No, I think you touch on really valuable lesson, which I wasn't expecting to come out, but it is again very resemble with other podcasts I have done, and I'm going to repeat the same thing again. Bilal talk about people, Aloka talk about people. We had Haviva, she talk about people, and now you are talking about the valuable lesson about it's not about learning the technology or the laws and the compliance. It's about reading, understanding how people behave, how people react, how they make a decision. So if you can understand that part, you understand the business.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think if we understand people, that makes our life easy, and set boundaries to how to deal with them, how to
Yeah.
amuse them. That's the main thing is, and that's the main interaction we have. And that's what the stage where I thought, okay, I'm wrong. That's something I need to learn about, and I love it. And coaching, and so I still get a coach. I every year I get business coaching. I identify my habits or where I am lacking, and I get coaching from
Yeah.
somewhere. And this is what I tell to other people as well. Please do, if you are stuck somewhere, if you have mental blocks, if you don't know where to go, this comes in every level, and
Yeah.
get business coaching.
And I think there's a perspective of when you say, get a business coaching, it's not about you're not good enough. It's about sometimes you need a different perspective. You
Absolutely.
need an outside perspective to look into you, how you're doing, because it is very hard for you to look inside to see what I'm doing. Is it right? Is it wrong? Because what you do, you believe I'm doing right thing, but a third perspective is going to give you a better and clear view of how you are performing
Yeah.
and guide you on the right path. So having a business coach or a career coach or a life coach,
A
it does help.
mentor is a must thing in the life. If you don't have a mentor, a coach is a must in the life. It's not about only learning, it's just the exploration of your own self,
Yeah.
and what else, as you said, what other angles are out there, how you can do these things differently.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just ignore that, because the day until we say we know everything, we know nothing. When we say we know nothing, we want to know about it, that's the day we start learning. And I
Yeah.
think any day we don't learn, we just wasted that
Yeah.
day.
Stay curious,
Yeah,
keep
absolutely.
learning, keep exploring. That's the way to go. So you talk about InTax and you talk about other businesses you have around accounting. You support a
Yeah,
lot of.
I would love to say, let's see, my business was not that I came up with an idea and say, oh, I'm very brilliant and this idea people will buy. No, it was actually a solution. So when I was working as an InTax, and I have been contacted by a lot of doctors, and I say, do you not provide umbrella companies to doctors? And I said, no, I can form a company for you. I said, no, we need umbrella company. And that's the first stage when I had set up a company for a friend of mine, Beacon Locum. So he didn't want to use the company. Then I actually took that company and used as a locum company. And I started providing locum companies. And I now have over 400 doctors and consultant clients which are working in every single hospital in Ireland. And it was just a solution to the people. And then some people contacted me and say, "Oh, you not do IT contracting?" I said, "No, I'm enough with the doctors. I don't want to do this." No. I say same thing, and I said, "Yeah, that's actually it's the same thing." And say, then I started index contracting, and we have so many IT contractors, mostly expat. I love working with expat because it's a different culture, different people, different mindset, and they're working for the Google, Mastercard, Facebook, multinational companies, and give me a different knowledge and vision on this one. And then actually somebody sold me a company called Rebase Tax Refund Company. And that time I thought, because I have a few staff members, they will keep busy, whenever bookkeeping needed, so training people will do this. Suddenly on rebates, I got 6,000 plus clients for tax refund. Okay, we do on a base no refund, no fee,
Yeah.
but he was a huge kind of poster boy to us. And then there was a lot of people were applying who were self-employed, and they were applying as a self-employed, but they were not eligible for tax refund under rebates because there was a PAYE company people we do for. Somebody named me and said, "Do you want a free website?" I said, "Why would you do a free website?" And he said, "Well, you can give us a reference. You have a good social media printout, and we will do a free website." I say, "Okay, I have idea. I want a similar website, same thing, same form, just rebase. It should call taxturn.ie for self-employed people." Yes, that's fine. We change the color to the taxturn revenue type color, blue, and then they set up this free website for me, and we got 750 clients, which are doctor, foreign landlords. Uh, some are partners and I sometimes I go partners in different firms, law firms. Some are even in politics, and people see the name of Dexton.ie, and I say, "Wow, that's working." Now, like, my index website was free setup, my my Beacon Loco was free setup, Dexton was free setup apart from the rebates. Now we, after years, we got rebranding ourselves, and then we thought, okay, we should spend money and invest in this, and then we got like all types of kind of Dextons, only sort of self-employed, rebased PAY workers, IT tech in tax contracting, IT contractors, and then Beacon Locum for doctors and consultants. Now we have InTax, which is mainly expat and holding company setup business, small and medium sizes businesses, and that's where I am at the moment.
Wow,
So
that's plenty of services.
absolutely no, we actually decided when I restarted, and people used to one or two people used to work in my garage. I had a Subway that time, so we used to bring free lunch, and my wife used to go and bring lunch and give to them. And then we decided, I say, we need to give them free. We'll continue this for the future. So when we bought the building now, so the whole office is we own that building, in the Beacon Court. So we own the building. We designed by a designer. We got a coffee machine in it, and then it's lunch free for all the staff. We are 9, 10 people in that office now, and we have an outsourcing big back office back in Pakistan. Employed so many people there. Yeah.
Amazing progress. See, when you get down on the path, a door after door start opening.
Absolutely. It's the hard work. Hard work is one thing, but continue doing thing is very important. Like
Yeah.
as I mentioned, my dad has a one shop on that stop where he sold. Now I not actually own only those shops, but I own that stop. I also own a factory and oil mills, which called Al Hameed Oil Mills. It's a setup in 3 acres. We do extract oils from cottonseed, mustard oil. We have fertilizers. We have our own brands of various pesticides, and we have seeds. We have anything a farmer needs. So we employ between 30 to 70, 77 people during season.
So outside accounting, you have a lot more going on at fun.
Yeah, see, when I was getting coaching, and they were assessing me, and they said, "You don't like accounting," and I said, "Okay, I know that because I done this because I needed to do more to do for a visa thing, and so but this is what I can do. I'm good at it." They said, "No, no, no, you don't like it because it's stuck everything bottleneck work wise." So they assess my personality, the work, and everything. The coaches, and they told me, "You were very right. That you like development and you like meeting and greeting people, and that's you should be. You hire people. Stop doing this." Now my 90% job is development. So I am in different business networks. I am in Stephen Green Club, in RDS, and Dublin Chambers, in BNI, so many business networks. But not only this, actually, Pakistan Embassy, the former ambassador, contacted me a few years back in 2019 because embassy is so small in Ireland. It's called two-man mission or one-man mission. They have no commercial wing. They want to set up some commercial wing to the embassy, and the ambassador asked me, and there was a very young guy in the embassy. We used to call his name was Shahzad Noshalwani, very brilliant diplomat, and they both people set up Shuja Alam and him, and they said, "We want to set up a commercial wing and we want to set up a business council, and we need a face for it." And I actually a couple of months I said, "I am done with so many things and all. I don't want to be face of it." It's a couple of months ago they pursue me, all the advantages and everything. So then I was to become the co-founder of Pakistan Ireland Business Council. So there's only two founders, myself and the embassy. So embassy is the chief patronage of the council. And we set this up for between Pakistan and Ireland and community for Pakistan, and we do very successfully. I met so many nicest people in the community, both Irish and Pakistani business people, diplomats on that platform, and that was mainly because when community comes, they either ring as an accountant to me if they need a plumber, if they need a solicitor, they need a pension advisor, they want to buy a house, they want to ring me, or they ring a embassy or somebody to help. So this council has at this time 170 members, and we do every month networking. And then we have two chapters, one for international, the people who trade between Ireland and Pakistan, and then there is a chapter which is for local, and both is backed by Pakistan Embassy, and they are very keen to work and very helpful on this, which has changed my perspective overall with working with the next level of business people, next level of diplomats and parliamentarian and the organizations.
Yeah, no, I follow you guys on LinkedIn, and you're very active. You are very active in sharing what's happening, bringing a lot more speakers, and sharing the knowledge through different business
Yeah,
domains.
it's absolutely, Camille. When you meet people, you learn from them.
Yeah,
And they're some members are very successful in the council. and then the speakers as well. Then we do get invitation as a council to different other network chambers or organizations, which is very proud, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. And this has helped me not only as a personality, as an individual, as a business as well. Okay, maybe I don't get any direct clients, but I get a kind of an image from them.
Yeah. You also play golf, Irfan.
I do. Yeah.
Any stories around golf? I know there is one.
Actually, it's a very funny story. I used to work in the security company. That time when we were a student and we need more hours to pay our fee, and I received a call from the company and they said, "Oh, would you want extra hours?" I said, "Of course, But they said there's a long shift, 36 hour or 24 hours, something like that. So I said, "Yeah, no problem." So they picked me up from the home. It was a Christmas Eve. They dropped me into a club called St. Margaret Golf Club. And I was living most there for 2 days, kind of, and let's say, and I next day I saw people have these, sticks in their hands and play. What the hell they are playing? Because I came from that Pakistan area where I didn't know. Internet, there was no YouTube. Remember the first mobile came with the Vodafone, which flip thing, and
Yeah.
that came after a few years. We were in Ireland.
Do you remember we got free Siemens phone from Meteor?
Absolutely, I had that until it's broken. So when we came to DBS, they gave us this Siemens phone, has a little antenna on it, and then I keep carrying in my hand. That was the first mobile I ever seen in my life. So I didn't know, and I thought this must be some game. And I said go, and I went back and I told my friend, I said, I went to this club and called golf and they had the sticks and he said, "Do you not know this?" I said, "No." I said, "It's called golf." I said, "Okay." So I thought I should learn this game. That was crazy I was. Time passed. And then once we were in a leafy valley and with the same friend, and I said, "Oh, these are the sticks these guys had." Well, I said, "Yeah, that's the golf club's card." It's okay. I didn't know which one to buy. I buy, there's the numbers on there, 7 S.
Yeah.
I buy a 7 or S or 1 or 2 I bought and I took with me. And then I said, I need to learn this game. I need to learn this game. And didn't happen. Again, time passed. I went to step aside. There's a driving range there. And I went to this lady and said, "I want to learn this game." And she said, "Okay, take the ball, do practice, driving range." And I said, "Okay." I took the balls, went to, and she saw me on the cameras, and because I was trying to hit it, no, I didn't know how to hit these. So then she gave me a number card for a coach and said, "You should take some lessons." I said, "Okay." But time passed, and I was director of an international company, and this guy applied for a job, and his CV mentioned, golf secretary of certain club. I said, "That's the guy." I said to my secretary, I said, "You give him a job. And I said, "Will you show me how to play golf?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "Okay." He thought I'm joking. I gave him a job, and next week I said, "Show me how to do golf." So we started learning, and then I was able to play, but not any proper member anywhere. Then the farmer ambassador came 4 or 5 years ago, and we met him on a golf somewhere, and he then we become friend. He rang me. He said, "Irfan, oh, he was living in a Malahide. He said, I want to get a membership in some good club, and where should I go?" I said, "What is around you? Oh, you should get membership in St. Margaret Golf Club." So he said, "Okay." So he got membership into St. Margaret Golf Club. And when he got membership, they need to be clear from foreign office and all this. After 2 3 months, and I even forgot. He got the membership. He invited me. He said, "Okay, come on, I'm a member now, and let's play." And I said, "Yeah, play." I said, "No, you told me to get." I said, "I never played here." And he said, "But you told me to get the membership here." I said, "Because I used to do security here." So then, he used to invite various ambassadors. And I remember the one Korean ambassador came here, and after we played, and we sit down, and he said, why you have member here? It's not a prestigious club." Then Shuja, the ambassador, Pakistani ambassador Shuja Alam, he said, "No." That's when he said, "Can I tell the story?" I said, "Yes." Then he told the story, and they kept laughing, and he said, "No, it's a prestigious golf club." So then they invite every time some ambassador they tell them the story, and,
Yeah.
and it was lovely. So that's the way I learned. Now I actually arrange Pakistan Ambassador Cup, and this year Cup is on 21st of July. You are invited.
Thank
And
you.
we invite many CEOs, ambassadors, parliamentarians. The business integration event, and we are trying to raise some funds for local school as well as a charity. So become a cause because wealthy people play that, good networking. So yeah, I every year with help of no, there's different people involved who help in all those, and we do that. So it's a Pakistan Golf Cup every year in Power School.
So I'm getting a bit of a theme here, Irfan. Anything you put your hand in, you just go to extreme level.
Well, I told you the two. No, it's not necessarily right, but it's 2 years. I put my hands into anything, it wasn't working. So you have to put your hand into the right thing.
Let's take those 2 years out of equation, but
No, I
out
think
of
that was the best year for learning.
yeah.
That shape up.
But you
my
need to
life.
have that. You need to have that learning to succeed in your life. If you don't go through those hardships, you're not going to understand the value afterwards.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about your startup, because this is where the vision is.
Yes. So basically, we are from two different worlds, and as I said, all my businesses were kind of um, solutions to the people. So when cryptocurrency came, and another story, and people came to my office, they scammed me, they sold me some coins and things, and then it was a scam, and I thought, hey, I didn't have a time. I shouldn't be one, who be scammed into this business advisor and this, and I should be more. Then I look into that, and I got some knowledge, and it'll become my passion then. So I know cryptocurrency, Bitcoin since 2017 and before that, and I start dealing with it. And then because people know around me that I know, and I'm accountant as well, it's in Ireland, it's legal, it's an asset, it's an income, it's a sale, it's a taxable. So people, I start getting clients. So I have a number of clients who invested or traded or lost or profit. So I file their tax return for this only because it become my passion. Then I realized people don't know how to exchange from crypto to fiat to crypto. Then I don't know, need to know in other countries. Not only this, there's an issue there of bank accounts, the money transfer, small companies, and then individuals who are in Pakistan and India and Bangladesh. So I just wanted to have a multi-currency account. It's not a new idea. It's not something I'm trying to. It's a solution which is required there. So I started working on this, and I thought I will do something on it. It took me so long to find a name actually, and we hired again a guy who brand our. So we call it a Banqzen. So it's a banking, but in a Zen environment. You don't have to be a fuss out of it. So it was a Banqzen. We came up with the name. Then I went to a lot of places to get a license because finance, and my background is audit and tax and compliance. I don't want to do something which is not compliant. So I went to Cyprus, to Estonia, to Portugal, and a lot of places. Then I look into finally I got a license in Lithuania. So we are licensed in Lithuania as EMI, electronic money interchange, and I am helping a lot of clients to build, to help them on a crypto multi-currency account and investment, but it's not fully fledged. That's something I like to do in the future. But I think again need a coach. I need another advice or something because I've gone into a comfort zone where I have a lot of things going on. I don't mind, and then that's kind of thing I want to do as a solution, as a people who are stuck into crypto, stuck into two type of currencies, two type of regions where this transfer is an issue, investment is an issue. Small, especially you have a million trillion, you can fine, but if you have 50, 60,000, you need somebody who can help you with that. So that model I am working on. It's not on be. It won't be on a mainstream or public. It'd be like a private type, clients type solution for me. So that's how I'm working on it.
Nice, very good. And I'm going to talk a bit more about your social media. You are an active social media person on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's not called a handle, but your style is think about it. You give a lot of advice for free. When any new legislation or the budget comes, you are there giving advice to people, and you always say at the end, think about it. So I want to know more about it.
Absolutely. Actually, the beginning, every person has a funny side. My intention was not to do these advices on TikTok. I want to do something, funny jokes or funny reviews of different things and all those. And I thought, my clients are business people. Business people don't see TikTok. So I choose a TikTok platform for to do some funny reviews or criticize on different things. So that was I like my first video was parody of the that called series. Is a recent guy, the Cillian Murphy. He
Yeah.
got Oscar award.
Yeah.
So Peaky Blinders. There was title song of Peaky Blinders. I done those. That was my first video on that. Then I did a review on a Porsche as a criticized Porsche, that was 1.6 million views in few days. I got viral on this. And then everybody, I was seeing me, and then other people say, "Oh, you on TikTok?" I say, "I thought you don't see me there." I didn't want to see my client scene there. But since same time, COVID came, and the COVID people were so much worried. People were ringing me to how to get EWSS, how to get this grant, how to get payment. It was easier for me beginning the community to do the video. So I just, because I'm not IT technical at all, just put the front camera in front of me and say, go to this forum, go to this website and do this and do. And it was really help to the people. And then even I can post them forum if they don't have a printer or something. I was actually, that was the start of advising during COVID what to do next and how to file return, how to get your wages, how to get government grant and this. And then where I started. Now when I go to different events and people say, "Oh, you haven't done any video." Now I'm being forced to make a video. If I don't make a video, and then it's like I have to make some video. Like, I realized recently someone set up a fake account, and this fake imposter's account has a 20,000 followers
Wow.
of my name. So like people struggle to get 10,000 followers. My fake account has a 20,000 followers in Ireland, and I had to complain to TikTok. I'm still not successful, but yeah, on TikTok I have 40,000 followers, and mostly are in Ireland and around this. A matter of Irish people, a lot of Irish people then came to me and said to me, "Do English translation," because I do in my own language.
Yeah.
Still no English, learning, very weak in English. But I started doing translation. And then I have social media. I have a LinkedIn. I have a Facebook. 15-20,000 people on Facebook. So I enjoy that now. I don't put any ads. I don't monetize. I don't do anything. I just for, I don't need money for that part anyway.
Yeah. No,
Just
this
for
is
help. Just for help. Yeah.
this is great. I'm expecting a video from you about the show and saying think about it.
Absolutely. The think about it. The think about it. Actually, I didn't realize I say that. And somebody in the comments said, "Oh, you didn't say think about it." And I said, "Okay, when I say think about." Then I watched my video again. I realized I do say think about it. No,
Yeah.
I actually when I came, I was so impressed with your setup. I will must do. I have much more ideas coming into my mind now, which we could do
That's
together
good.
on a social media platform. I must tell something to you.
Yes.
I came from 98, check number 98.
Okay.
And when my
That's
parents
the name of your village.
village,
Okay.
and then always I wanted to buy a new car with the same number. So this year I ordered a new Porsche. I'm a fan of Porsche. I have a 2-3 Porsche collection. I ordered a new Porsche with the same name 98, just to honor of my small village in my country.
That
I'm
is
so excited about. There's one of the things I want to say that where I started from, where I have no money, I can't afford a car or even travel and loan, and I can order new. A lot of people can do this.
yeah.
I usually do say like I started from here. And the people starting here, the reason we didn't have internet, we didn't have Google Maps, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have those learning skills, and these all are there now. The people who from that village or from here or anywhere want to make an impact and change their life. There is huge opportunities out there.
So with your learning hardships, I would say come from nothing and you build such a great empire around you in this country, and you lived more here than you probably lived in Pakistan now. You overcome those years. What message do you want to give to our audience from your experience?
Absolutely. I actually have very different thing. A lot of people do believe in it, and I agree, and you maybe agree. I do not only believe in hard work. I don't only believe in luck. I don't only believe in money. I don't believe in skills only. My belief is in to keep doing things. You maybe fail 10 times, 5 times thing. Because as an entrepreneur, you should be working on one thing, you should be thinking about one thing, and you should be developing another thing. So you have to work two, three things at a time. Like if you ever heard the guy who done the Facebook marks, he said once, he said, look, you might think he developed 28 softwares or applications, only one Facebook worked.
Yeah.
So my taking is, my advice is, just keep trying. If you fail once, that's not enough. You do to hire people, hire better than you.
Yeah.
English a language is a skill. You can learn that. It's not a wisdom. And if you fail into one, try another one. If you fail another one, just try it, keep doing it. That's what I believe.
That's great. That's great. So, Irfan, we are running out of time, and I didn't realize nearly an hour. So, thank you so much for coming to the show. Well, I'm so inspired with your story and the hardships you have gone through. The story about the village where there was no services, there were hardly anything available to you, where you started, where your family supports you by putting everything on the stake, and this is where you are today after about 23, 24 years. It's an achievement on its own. So what I would say is, as you said, right, keep doing things, and I'm sure there's a lot more to the life what you have achieved, and there's a lot more gonna come. So best wishes with that, and I'm looking forward to what happens next with the startup, and of course with your life.
No, thank you very much, and I will keep you updated, and we will do more videos on that. And to be honest, I saying this again. I started said in the start is very impressive. The exploration for people, to giving time to people, not only for the viewers, just people like me, and sit down with them. Because when you're telling your story, you're learning, you're exploring, you are rewinding yourself, which is a great experience I have. And thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Irfan.